Good evening, everyone. We'll start the event by 6:05. We are expecting more people to join with us. I request everyone except the speaker to mute the mic, please. Thank you. We'll start in 5 minutes. Can you please mute mic? Yeah. Yes, once again, a very good evening. Hope you are all doing well. Welcome to the third episode of Pallikudam Global Connect. As you know, today's topic is innovative tools for effective teaching. And we are so fortunate to have Dr. Meenakshi Narula and Mr. Michael Francis Devon to lead the sessions. The program will be held in 2 sessions, and participants will get a chance to interact with the experts at the end of each session. The event is streaming live on YouTube now. Those who attend the event on YouTube can write their questions in the chat box and we will get answers for you. And participants here on Zoom either can ask questions directly to the experts or write them in the chat box. So we are moving on to the first session, which is by Dr. Meenakshi Narula. Dr. Meenakshi is the principal of Shemford Futuristic K-12 School, Oraya. She is an inspiring academic leader, MIE master trainer, Adobe creative educator, and an ardent advocate of technology integration in education and game-based learning. She is the founder and CEO of Mentoring the Mentors, which is an institute that accelerates your learning curve. Now, I welcome Dr. Meenakshi to begin the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhanya ma'am, for this wonderful introduction and an amazing opportunity to be here with all of you on this wonderful, I would just like to say equally wonderful platform. And certainly would thankful to the resource persons also for this great opportunity. It's my initiative from my side, like I would like to approach more and more teachers so that they will be able to get to know about more innovative tools in the field of education. And it is possible because of all of you who are collaborating in this novel cause. And hello, very good evening to all of you. I am Meenakshi Narula, working as a principal at Shemford Futuristic K-12 School, Oraya. And I have been in this teaching field since 2001. I started my education as education career, teaching career in July 2001, and now I have completed 20 years in this field, and I have been researching a lot about innovative strategies for teaching 21st century learners. So here today, I will be sharing with you some of the tools that certainly would make your classes engaging, enriching, and exciting. And what all tools I will be sharing with you. Mind it, these tools, they are just not only for those children who are having various gadgets. I'm talking about iPhones, iPads, or maybe laptops. I mean, you can use them offline also. Some of the resources, some resources can be used online also. It depends upon a teacher how innovatively we can use all those resources. So without a further ado, I would just like to share my screen. Just do let me know. I guess my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
So again, welcome you all to today's session. And here something about me already, ma'am has shared something about me. I'm a master trainer. So we do provide various trainings for Microsoft various tools, resources as well, being a 21st century learner, number of another tools that are freely available by Microsoft. So please do explore those tools, and if you want, you can approach me also, and even through this platform as well, where we have connected today, you can approach them as well for learning about more Microsoft tools. I have been facilitating for Adobe creative educators as well. I mean, you can go for that level. Right now, I have cleared level 2, and you will be able to explore number of Adobe tools as well. It can be Adobe Spark. Those all tools are freely available. Wonderfully, I mean, can be used for collaboration, communication, critical thinking, creativity in our classes. I'm a Bansi ambassador too. I will be sharing with you this again, a great platform where various bunsies can be created. Might be some of you be familiar with this platform, Bunsi, where you can create presentations, you can create worksheets, number of and other things can be created for the students, and maybe for the social media posters, certificates, anything you can create on this wonderful platform. I'm a Wakelet community member. So Wakelet is an amazing tool used for making collections, collaborations, for making lesson plans, for making portfolios, for creating your digital CVs. Anything you can create on Wakelet. I am a certified book creator level 1. I will be sharing with you how you all can go for this course as well. You all can become certified book creators and can use this amazing book creator app on your devices. I am certified digital educator, and you all can also become so. During this pandemic, I have completed 1,000+ hours of PD courses for my professional development during this pandemic. So I will be sharing what all I have learned with you all, as and when we'll get chance to meet. So here, before I begin today's session, we are talking about innovative tools for student engagement, for engaging classes, for innovative teaching. So for that, we'll be talking about some of AI-based tools, that is artificial intelligence-based tools. I want all of you to please do watch this video, that is AI for Good, AI for Sustainable Development Goals. Why AI, right? So I'm just going to play this video.
We face extraordinary challenges in the 21st century. 9.5 billion people alive in 2050. We don't know how we will provide them clean water, sustainable energy, education.
There are serious problems with the environment. There are serious problems with bigotry. There are serious problems with poverty and starvation. And so far, we've been unsuccessful in figuring out a way to fix them. I'm hoping that AI can adjust the various factors in a way that maybe can solve these problems.
The real opportunity for AI is how we can actually help the 7 billion people that could benefit from these technologies in a practical way.
Well, we can't say AI is general magic. It is giving us core tools to start putting in place systems that we know will help with key issues like hunger, famine, epidemics, overall health and well-being.
AI offers an extraordinary possibility of accelerating solutions in the time we have to solve the problems.
We are now applying artificial intelligence to the art of farming, a very old industry, also adopting the latest in technology. So through artificial intelligence, a farmer can now integrate massive sources of data, whether it's data from the combines, it's weather satellite data, it's data from the fields, taking all that data together and through an artificial intelligence solution, actually making recommendations to the farmer on how he can increase the production of his land.
AI has enormous capacity and potential to solve problems that require an enormous amount of computing and pattern recognition that human beings struggle with.
The way drugs are going to be designed in the future, and again already starting to be, is by having models of the molecules and how they interact, for example, with, say, the virus proteins, and then doing a search to find the best drug for the best problem. I think this, for example, how we're going to cure cancer.
By 2020, you should be able to walk into your doctor's office. Your doctor should be able to sequence your entire genome, take that along with your medical imaging data, compare that with the world's data of genome sequences and medical imaging data. From that, determine the matches between your tumor and others, what the treatments were in those other cases, and the outcome. Did the patient survive or not? And from that, devise for you your personalized treatment and do that entire process.
So,
in just one day. It's completely possible through artificial intelligence.
So all of you, as you have watched this short video, it's talking about importance of AI, artificial intelligence in each and every segment, right? And if we are talking about sustainable development goals, talking about education for sustainability, we are creating awareness among students about all 17 SDGs to be achieved by 2030. That is their by UN, that's there in our agenda. We should create that kind of awareness in our students. So together we can achieve this goal. And AI is really helping us in achieving those goals, right? So what? I mean, there can be some hurdles, there can be some obstacles that right now also we are facing in the form of pandemic. I mean, everything has been stopped. So now we have to again gear up to achieve those goals and do wonderful, you see, in the field of education. So here I would be sharing with you plenty of tools. So first of all, let us discuss what is the need of AI, artificial intelligence in education. You have already watched a video, and I mean, just would be sharing a few aspects that I'm just going to talk about. Already you have watched the video and everything is crystal clear to you. So we can automate basic activities in the field of education through AI. Right. And AI can be adapted to the student needs when we are talking about multiple intelligences, when we are talking about varied learning styles, when we talk about children, they are having their own preferences to learn. When we always say, like, if the children they do not understand the way we teach, let us teach the way they understand. So sometimes it is really very, very difficult. You see, if there are 40 students, might be, if we're talking about less number of students in the class, maybe 25 students, teacher student ratio is 1:20. Even then we are not able to, you see, identify the various learning styles of the students, but still we can do our level best to provide the personalized learning experience to our students through various AI enabled tools. Like here I'm talking about immersive experience is being provided to the students through these wonderful artificial integrated apps. Like number of apps are there, they provide real time feedback as well, and a comprehensive gamification network too. So I won't be spending much time on this talking. I will be spending more time on talking about various tools. Right now, just a brief about why gamification. Certainly and it enhances the learning appeal and fosters the student engagement, and wonderful leaderboards and badges. We also too love to see ourselves on a particular platform in a leaderboard, and the different kinds of badges that really we would like to flaunt, right, on social media, on our status and all this. We have got this. If I got MIE badge, I would be flaunting, yeah, I am MIE master trainer now, I am Adobe certified educator level 2. And what about students? See, they also love to do that. So fun and innovation in education is done through gamification, and certainly unconscious learning too, that is happening through that. And again, I would like to say, at this platform also, I said earlier too, these tools, if they are used rightly, really in that right manner and proper, you see, research is to be done by the teacher, and then they are implemented, then they are introduced in the class, then certainly they would lead to addiction to learning and not to, you see, addiction to games. It's addiction to learning. So now there are actually 3 types of artificial intelligence depending upon its scope. We are right now following this narrow AI, right? It can perform only one or a few specific tasks that we are using today. Journal AI and the super AI that is self-aware and maybe exceeds the human intelligence, it is yet to come. It doesn't exist. And now, if I am talking about, excuse me, just a minute, please. Yeah, apology for the disruption. And AI in education, if we talk about, certainly it gives personalized learning, personalized, you see, which virtual tutors, AI tutors are available, and certain chatbots are available over there, where if I want to research something, I want to talk to someone, I am not having any other person to talk, I can talk to various chatbots and get answers to my questions. Number of you see, advantages are there for AI in the field of education. So now I would like all of you right now, if you have logged in from your laptop, you can use for your mobile for even researching, if to whatever, I mean, different areas of the different corners of the world you belong to. If you go and Google it, you search for some destinations for your holidays, right? And you all will be shown different kinds of images depending upon your previous research, depending upon the place you belong to, right? So this is how our preferences, they are being reflected through AI. I mean, the type of keywords that we use for research, they are being noted, and next time we are shown that kind of advertisements, right? And even you go, if you check for YouTube, like for example, I search for particular kind of YouTube videos, and next time when I will turn my YouTube on, and then I will be shown those particular kinds of videos of that category that I am really fond of, or I have been searching for it. So this is AI world, right? So this is how it is being done. I mean, our preferences are being noted, and daily we are using AI. We are using Google Assistant. We are using Cortana. We are using Swiggy, Zomato. I mean, number of tools we are using, Alexa, and all this is, these are all forms of AI. When we are using AI in our daily life, right, why not to give our students some exposure to AI enabled apps that will foster their learning experience? And if I talk about different AI integration approaches, there are basically 3 approaches. First of all, I'm talking about learning with AI. Right, learning with AI means integrating AI technologies into classroom. If I'll be showing you some of the apps, some of the you see websites, portals that you will be able to use in your class to enhance the learning, that is the first stage, learning with AI, right? Moving on to the next step is learning for AI. When slowly and gradually we use that kind of apps and we develop that kind of thinking, right? You all must have heard about computational thinking, right? And that comes in us, that becomes an integral part of our thinking, our working, like dividing any problem into steps and then working on it, right? Solving it, that's kind of computational thinking, right? So these kind of, when our daily life, right, in our daily life we start reflecting that kind of methodologies, like it means that we have come to another level, that is learning for AI. And the topmost level here is learning AI, or maybe when we compare the same with Bloom's taxonomy, here we talk about creativity level, creativity, right? Top level creation, from moving from understanding to creation. Okay, and maybe in summer model, that is for technology integration, moving from substitution to redefinition level, that is a top level, learning AI. Here, when the students, after the learning to know the methodology, how these apps they work, right, what is the fundamental behind them, right, and then they start developing their own AI tools and technologies, means they are learning AI. So there are various steps. So we have to start from learning with AI, and then we will be moving on to learning AI. Now let's talk about some of artificial intelligence tools over here. The first tool that I'm going to introduce today is AI Dungeon, right? This tool is a very good tool to be introduced at every grade. I mean, it's not about like for the junior students or maybe the senior students. It depends upon you. You can start with where you want to start the writing skills in your students. If we want to give some writing task to our student, what we used to do, we used to either give them some clues, the words, the sentences, a small paragraph, so that they can go ahead and they'll be able to complete that creative writing, right? Think creatively. Or maybe in our classes too, we generally ask our students, now we have completed this story, we have discussed about it, now you have to tweak it a little, give it a different ending, right? So here, now you have to go to this app, AI Dungeon, click on Start Tutorial. Now I'm taking you to that platform. It's play.aidungeon.io. I will be sharing the links also with you all, right? You will be able to use these. Now you have to click on, if you want to go for tutorial, you can go for that. Otherwise, let us start. I mean, tutorial is also available. Start adventure. I mean, what kind of writing you want to do? Fantasy, mystery, I mean, whatever kind of creative writing you want to go ahead with your students, right? Let's suppose today we can try fantasy. Last time actually we did that. And any of the character you have to choose, right? Let me choose knight. I have to give the name for the character, any character's name. Okay, let me give curator. So it is generating a story. For that, I mean, will give us beginning for the story. You are curator, a knight living in the kingdom of, Larian. You have a steel longsword. I mean, this kind of small introduction would be given to the students, to the teachers who will be doing. And you can, as I'm sharing right now, you can share this screen during the online platform and you can ask your students, okay, they can go ahead with that, right? You may involve them to add on different clues to, I mean, further proceed into this story. Like we have been asked here a question. What do you do? Like you engage the dragon and you are no match for the ice dragon. What will you do? I mean, each student will give different idea, different clue depending upon his or her thinking, right? How will they behave in that particular situation? No children, like they are all different, they are not alike in their thinking, so they will be giving different opinions. Now, for example, right now I want to ask if any one of you would like to give any keyword in the chat box, like how to proceed for the story, I would be able to add here. Like for example, they have given a tip to, like even long sentences also we can add various verbs also. Please do share in the chat box if anybody wants to. Will I be able to see the chat? My voice is low. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah, I have
okay.
Yeah,
right. So any of you, yeah, please, anyone, can you give any clue over here? I mean, it's up to you. Like if had you been in this kind of situation, what would you do? I guess my screen is visible. You will be able to, I mean, check what is, if you want to give any kind of clue. I mean, you have to have a fight with the dragon and you are feeling that you are no match with the ice dragon. What will you do? Any kind of verb that comes to your mind. Let's go creative and do share with me so that I can write here. And you will also feel, yes, you are involved, equally involved in this session. Yeah, is there anyone? Or shall I write it on my own? Okay, wear a shield. Thank you. So here, see now, you look here, please, whosoever has given this clue. And when you will be writing, you wear a shield. You could also choose to take a shield with you, but to be safe, you should take one. I mean, this is how whatever keyword word you will be giving, and you will be given a few sentences to help you develop the story. I mean, later on, the students also, they can add on their own paragraphs, and where they will stuck up, they can take help from this tool, this app, AI Dungeon, and they will be able to move on and on and on. Right? Let me see. I guess somebody has written something in the chat. Yeah, an armor. Yes. So this is how, right? Let me write. See, I mean, now what happens? The dragon opens his mouth and eats you, right? Now you are no longer in the forest. You have just defeated. I mean, some kind of like it will help you to develop your story. So please do try it. First, try it and then you share it with your students in the class so that you will be able to know, like if you stuck up somewhere, you should be able to know how it is to be done. Now you look here. You can go, you can undo, redo, retry, edit, restore, you can pin various things, and please do watch the tutorial also in detail. I mean, otherwise I will be sharing with you number of tools today, and it won't be possible like if to give, sorry, my connection is slow, just a minute. I mean, it becomes difficult to give in detail that, I mean, use multiplayer code. Students, they can play together also on this platform, share the codes and together, like how they are working as team. Okay, please do watch the tutorial in detail, explore it and introduce with your students. And here I would like to advise you, do not share so many tools with your students at a time. For example, you have started with this tool, let them be comfortable using this tool, let them explore the tool in various ways, and then some other tools, right? Immediately when we'll be sharing number of tools, I mean, that becomes like tools and a lot of gamification, and students, they will not be taking interest over there. May I ask, am I audible? I know my connection is a bit slow.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. So in that case, right now, this one is a quick draw tool. You may use like for the students who love to draw something, for little children, like those who love to draw, who they have just started drawing. Okay, now they have started annotating. You see, little children, their fingers move so quickly on this Android or iPhone devices and all. They move so quickly. Now let's go over here and I'll let you know how to try this tool. Quick draw dot with google.com, like to click on let's draw. What it will do is, it will be giving us 6 clues. We have to draw 6 things, and it will be giving 20 seconds to draw, I mean, each object or whatever it may be showing to us, right? Like for example, it is asking me draw mouse. Now I don't know which mouse it is asking for. Let us try. Got it. Let me see.
I see circle. Or watermelon.
So it's
Oh,
done.
I know,
So
it's
within
mouse.
20 seconds, we have to do it. And after 20 after we do it one, and then we will be.
I see nose.
So we
Oh,
will
I
be
know,
able
it's
to
shorts.
give a kind of platform to our students so that they should be able to recognize the objects, right? And but unfortunately, we cannot give our own list over here. I mean, this would have been very amazing. Like for example, if you have taught some of the introduced new vocabulary in your class and you can share it with your students, we are looking forward to it. As and when I'll discover that, find that tool, I'll be sharing the same with you, right? Diamond. Okay.
I see line.
Okay, we have to just be
Oh, I know, it's diamond.
as close as we can.
Oh, I know, it's cloud. I see marker. Or dolphin.
But now I
know,
won't be
it's
able
feather.
to draw. I won't be able to draw this. See,
I see nose.
I know I won't be able to do that.
I see ear. Or dolphin.
So it was just resembling
Oh, I know,
that.
it's horse.
Now, when your students will try, you may give this kind of work to your students, and you may ask them, okay, please do try it. And they will be able to share the same with you and give you the screenshots, like this is how they have drawn. Then they can share their drawings on Twitter, they can tweet it, share on Facebook if it is allowed. Okay, otherwise, you see, we do not allow our students, they are not there on social media, the little ones. So they will be able to even explore, right? For example, they are here. I mean, they will be able to see others' work also, like how others have drawn these kind of various images, right? So you will be able to see different kinds of drawings. Children can explore, like number of pictures are available over here. 15 million players have contributed, like 50 million drawings look like this. So they will be able to recognize various kinds of objects. This is really wonderful platform program where you have to introduce number of new objects with the students. I remember in lower kindergarten, upper kindergarten, there is usually picture dictionary we give to our students where they explore number of new objects. So this can be a wonderful substitute for that. Please do try it. Hope you must have liked it. So let me go to another tool. Please explore it. And if you won't be able to draw, it will be later showing on like this picture has not been drawn well. Okay, so now let's move on to the third tool. This is Akinator. Akinator tool is a kind of tool which is used to develop the questioning skills of the students, right? When we talk about metacognition, like let our students ask questions, let our students think about it. We should give them some thinking time, right? Pause time should be given when we are asking some question. So this is a wonderful tool to be used in your classes. Akinator questioning tool, right? And this is like Dam Charade. We used to play. Our children, they love to be a part of it. Like anyone can guess any object, character, anything, and then another one has to guess by asking question, and the person who is thinking about something in the mind would be answering in either yes or no. So here comes Akinator. You have to go to n.akinator.com and then click on play. This can be downloaded on your Android as well as iOS devices. Now, what are we thinking, right? So characters, objects, animals. What are we thinking? Now, let me tell you, here a person has to be, very well, known about whatever thing I'm thinking about. For example, I'm thinking about a character. It can be any character. So it will be asking me questions related to that character. If I am familiar about that particular character or object, only then I will be able to guess. Okay, so let me see if you can even say, what shall we try? Is this tool free of charge? Yes, all our tools are free of charge. No amount is to be paid for that. So let me ask, every time I use for animals, okay, let me guess character. I don't know how well I'll be able to answer. Is your character male or female? Character is male. Right? So I'll say, okay, no. Is your character famous because of YouTube? No. Is your character married? Yes. An actor? No. Indian? Yes. No. Sports person. Does your character personally know you? No. No. Is your character a god or a goddess? Well, no. No, he's not a king. Yes. Has your character died a natural death? No. Does your character wear round glasses? Yes. Is your character linked with the... no. 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 See, now you see this kind of question. Does your character appear on a banknote? Yes. So, isn't it amazing? Right? I thought about this character and it asked me that kind of relevant questions and it has been guessed. So, your children, they would surely love it and they will also get to know what kind of questions to be asked to reach a particular answer, to know about what is going on in another person's mind, right? please do explore this tool, Akinator, wonderful tool. See, right now I have to use this tool number of times for just for animals or maybe objects. Right now, first time I have used it for character, and it's there. I mean, how it moved from like male, female, asking about gender, moving on where it was born, where alive or dead, talked about YouTube, phone, and all, means which era, which time it, does it belong to, and then finally talking about banknotes and all, wearing glasses. I mean, this is just wonderful. I hope you must have liked this tool. Do explore this one. Yeah, certainly it's amazing, wonderful tool. Please do explore it. Ask your children to use this in the class. Introduce, you can use in your class during you see starting any topic, you can start, and as an icebreaker activity also you can use. And even you see, tomorrow we are having in our school online educational games activity. In all the classes we will be doing like that, and this will be used in some of the classes. The students, they have really liked it, and you can also do the same. So this is rock, paper, scissors. We have been playing it during our childhood. We have seen our children playing this tool, right? I mean, they were using rock, paper, scissors. Now this is the version, AI version of rock, paper, scissors. So here it is available in 2 forms. These all are tools free of cost. Okay, so I mean, how you gonna use it? Play the game, right? How do you want to play it? You want to play it in 3D option or it in the standard version? It's up to you, right? So this is a standard version. I mean, I need not to show you how it works. You know it very well. Everybody has been using it. Shows like this is, I mean, rock, paper, scissor, as we used to play. I mean, different rounds would be there. What we will be using? So the children, they can play. And you see, when you will be playing it number of times, slowly and gradually, how we think, like what we are going to play, the AI enabled app will start guessing. It will start guessing like what will be our next move. As from our keywords, it guesses like what kind of thinking do we have, what do we search most of the time on YouTube, on Google, and likewise those kind of ads are shown to us. So here also, if you will be using this app number of times, and slowly and gradually it will get to know about our moves, which move we are going to have now, right? So this also can be used as ice-breaking activity in your classes, right? You can ask your children, like they have to have these many moves, these many rounds, and after that they have to talk about like what did they get, how many rounds they have completed and all. And moreover, when the same was introduced by CBSE, they connected it with a chapter that is there in Hindi. Chapter name is Kamchor, I guess in 9th or 10th standard maybe. They talk about, I mean, start this as a hook in the class, right? We always introduce any of the topic, any of the concept, and there is always a hook to engage the students. Like maybe we are talking about 5E strategies that begins with engagement. Maybe we are talking about starting a concept where we are creating a hook, right? I mean, engaging the students. Maybe we ask in our language, which talk about this is activating the previous knowledge of the students. Now, in this activity, what is really very important? Decision taking is really very important. Taking a right decision at the right time, right? So this is how you can introduce any of the concept that is relevant, any story, any chapter that is in your literature, any of the books, through these kind of activities, right? And maybe some mathematical concepts, etc. in junior grades, if you're talking about, you can go for that. Also, this is about teachers' creativity. See, we can have plenty of AI tools. We can discover anything. But as I've shown you in the previous slide, right, if you're talking about that kind of AI that is even superhuman intelligence that doesn't exist, right? We have to think how to use technology, right? We have to explore, and we are all very, very creative. I know that we have been doing wonderful job in our classes. So here, I guess time is already very short, and I'll just share some of the tools quickly with you so that you can explore. All these tools, they are having their own tutorials, right? Please, you can go for it. This is my favorite tool, Sementris. Amazing tool, right? Please do explore. This is vocabulary building tool. Students, they get to know about word associations in your language. You can introduce this tool. This can be played in 2 modes, play blocks or play arcade. Let us try with the simplest one. May I request the host, like as and when I have to stop, please do let me know so that I'll be, I won't be taking much time for that. So suppose I'm going for play arcade. This we are going to play, and here the students, they will be able to, now I have to type here the word that comes to my mind after looking at the word that is highlighted in blue. Now website, if website comes to me, first of all, what comes to me? Suppose, okay, I am writing here Google. So this is accepted. So I have to write the word that is closely associated as per my knowledge. So each student will be giving different kind of word as per his or her thinking, right? Now let's see. Let me remove this first of all. Okay, now I have the word which is given to me is song. Okay, song, songs. I have to write, okay, music. The word that comes to my mind. And you can also type in the chat, like chair is there. What comes to your mind? Let me see if anybody has typed in the chat, chair. Can you type something that comes to your mind when you look at the word? Okay, somebody has written email earlier. Okay, that's good. If you can please type for chair. I mean, yes. That chair, comfort. Okay, let me type this. So it's done. It was also library. Certainly when we talk about library, please you keep an eye on it, and if you want to write words, please do type in the chat. Please do play football. Okay, anyone, please you can come for football. Okay, library book, somebody has written for football. Football, play. Yes. So this is how the students, they'll be, see, this is, we have got more number of marks because this was very closely related. Okay, pasta. So I mean, kind of, okay, if I'm writing here snacks. Okay, weather. So let us, I'm not typing anything now. Look here, they have to, I mean, check the timings also, like how much time are we taking to complete this activity. So time is gone up. I'm not doing anything. So it means that children, they should know this is a time-bound activity. They need to type as fast as they can. Think about it. And now time's gonna go over. See? Red bar is there, game over. So this is how you can involve your students in playing, and they can come up with number of word associations. They have to think very quickly, right? Prompt. They have to be prompt and coming up with the words that are closely associated with them. Please do try this. So here you go. Yes, children will do it individually. Yeah, they'll be doing it individually. You will be sharing the links either on the screen, like as I asked you all, like during your class, you can share screen, right? And you may ask your students, okay, now this student has to give, let me see who gives a one by one. You may ask them, like you have to give the words related to that. There is an active learning strategy, right, where we talk about first pose a question to the students, like you have shared the screen with them, you have introduced this activity, right? You have asked, okay, this is the word, then you pause for some time, okay, and then you have to pounce, right? Pounds means certainly you have to quickly take any child's name, like, okay, suppose I'm taking now roll numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These students are sitting in your class. You may ask, okay, roll number 3. You have to now give the closely associated word. Now this next word is for roll number 4. Collaboration in your class, and everybody will be able to participate over there. Like for each word, when we are typing over here, we are getting marks for that, numbers for that. They pop up like how many numbers we have got. Like that depends upon the word that is very closely associated. We'll be getting more number of marks, right? And the time should also be very less, right? Please do try this activity in your class. So I guess my time was till 6:45. So may I ask the host, like, can I take 5 more minutes if you allow?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. So please do try this activity, and I'll just quickly introduce. This is amazing activity. Please do go for it. If I'll start explaining, it will take more time, right? Teachable Machine is a wonderful. May I request you to please mute yourself? Thank you. So here is a Teachable Machine. You go and Google it, type Teachable Machine, or maybe I'll be sharing all the links with you all after this. When another session will start, I'll be sharing the links with you all. Teachable Machine is here, as you can see in the picture, it is showing metal, non-metal, right? Here you can give this kind of activity to your students. This kind of project should be given to the students when we're talking about some project is there, integrated project, AI-enabled project. If in my class, whatever I'm teaching, suppose I am teaching about, in my class, I am teaching nouns, right? I'm teaching maybe some in sciences, I'm talking about biodegradable, non-biodegradable resources. I am talking about plants and animals, differentiating between them. Okay. And herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, whatever topic I want to take, junior, senior grade, whatever it is, right? What I have to do is I have to teach the machine. I have to show different kinds of objects. Suppose I am having a mobile phone. I'll be showing this is mobile phone, and the picture will be recorded. And I'll write this is mobile phone. And then I'll show a bottle, a mouse, and all different things I'll show. And as and when I'll bring in front of it, it'll show like this is mobile phone. So likewise, if you are having number of metal products, number of non-metal products, you may ask your students to create an app and submit it. They will be able to share this online with you, right? This Teachable Machine. Now, if you are interested, I can demonstrate also, but time is really very less. This is amazing. And the children, they will be able to create their own apps through Teachable Machine, right? Yeah, please do explore this. And another one, this is Autodraw Tool. Teachers, please do explore this tool. This is an amazing tool for students as well as for teachers. For example, you are teaching in the class and you want to draw something on the screen. I mean, we are not able to draw because there is a calibration problem with a stylus and the screen. We are able to do only through mobile phones. We are having laptop. Then also we are not able to do when we are using mouse and all. So this Autodraw tool you can use to draw various objects. When you will be start drawing the object, it will complete the drawing on its own. Okay, like for example, I'll click on start drawing. This is the option auto draw. Like I have to draw, what shall I draw? What shall I draw? I mean, suppose I want to draw a sun. As and when I start drawing a sun over here, you will be able to see it has come with number of options. Like this is also sun. Which kind of sun do we want? And here even you can label also, right? Right. For example, you can select the page size also. This size I have taken. Suppose I am going to talk about flowers in my class, right? I have started drawing flower and it will be showing me various different kinds of flowers over here. I can even fill colors too, right? I can even fill colors also to make it look beautiful, and I can label it. I can add text over here, right? Suppose, I mean, during my class, I can show, I can ask my students to draw things over here and submit it and try it, right? I mean, you can change the font, you can create your own worksheets, you can download the same, This can be downloaded as PDF, as image file, and you can share it with your students to do like this kind of activity also. Please use this tool. Various shapes are also there. You can, as you click on these 3 lines, it'll ask download. Yes, you can download. You can share online too. So please do explore this AI experiment. All these are AI enabled tools, right? So please do explore these tools. Hope you have, like, can we draw the map? We can try. Yeah, Sementris, we can try. See, I have never tried it. Being a science teacher, it comes to my mind always, you see flowers, animals. So we can try it. Let us take another page. We can try this one. I don't know. See, I'm trying also. It's coming like teeth also. So I don't know. You may please explore it, try it. From my drawing, it is not coming. It will be able to guess from our drawing, like what do we want, right? Please do try, and then you will be able to check. My drawing is not good from that's why I'm using Autodraw, right? So it's coming, all objects are coming. Even if you draw houses and all, that also can come. I mean, I don't think it's there. You may please try the same, right? So thank you. I guess now our next resource person is already must be ready. I'm taking his precious time. So let me stop sharing my screen, and thank you all of you for being here. So there are see number of tools I have explored, and I have even more than 70 tools till now have explored, and we have been trying the same with our students, and they're really liking all those tools. So please do go for it, explore, make your classes engaging and enriching. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Meenakshi. That has really been amazing. Yes, now we are moving on to the second session. And we have Mr. Michael Francis Deven, growth team at Wakelet, the United Kingdom. He is the head of social media and content at Wakelet. I welcome Mr. Michael to start the session. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here today. I really enjoyed that session. I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like it's a tool that I could certainly get a lot of use out of. So yes, my name is Michael. I'm on the growth team here at Wakelet, and today I'd like to just go through what Wakelet is and how it can be used in teaching and in a student's learning as well. So I shall share my screen in a moment. Can you see this?
Yes, we can see this.
Fantastic. Okay. So I'm not sure, perhaps some people here have heard of Wakelet in the past and are aware of the functionality and the different things that it can do within a school community. But I'd like to just go through the functionality, the problems that it solves, and the different ways that educators have been using it around the world. So just to start off with, I think it's worth acknowledging the fact that we are living in a world of information overload. So there's so many pieces of content on the internet, so many different sources, links, materials. It's quite overwhelming in the education sphere for everything to be organized and put together in one place. And this, of course, is applicable to both education and outside education. So at Wakelet, we've looked for a way of gathering everything and being able to put it all into one place. So it enables teachers to teach with more an enhanced approach, and also for students to learn with more ease. So this is something that's certainly applicable before the pandemic broke out, but certainly since the pandemic broke out as well, students have been facing unprecedented challenges. So whether it's too many distractions, sorry, one moment, difficulty remembering facts and figures, lack of access to the right resources, and being disorganized and feeling overwhelmed. So like I said, this is something that's been really relevant, especially in an environment where students have to learn remotely. There are so many challenges that are facing students now. And at Wakelet, we're really passionate about providing a platform and providing a community that helps solve these problems. So it's not just students that are facing these challenges, it's also teachers and educators. Teaching remotely, of course, is such a challenging climate to adapt to. So at Wakelet, we have looked to provide a tool that helps teachers stay connected with their learning community, both in times of school closures, but also within the classroom as well. So of course, some of the challenges that teachers have been facing include lack of time for planning, poor delivery of learning resources, too much paperwork, balancing diverse student needs, and lack of parental support as well. So at Wakelet, we look to solve all of these problems as well. So traditional teaching solutions have not been able to address these challenges. There's so many platforms circulating the environment right now that perhaps it can be quite overwhelming to find something that can solve a lot of problems all in one go. A lot of the platforms that exist right now perhaps are too focused on admin. They're unengaging, too text heavy, complicated, the tech is outdated, difficult user interface, bad user experience, perhaps the tech is clunky. And essentially at the end of the day, a lot of the platforms that are available to educators right now are out of touch with the culture of students and teachers. At Wakelet, we have a global community of over 10,000 educators from around the world, and they have all said this, that the platforms that are available aren't really ticking all the boxes that they need it for to enhance their teaching. Just to show you a few examples, you can see here that a lot of these tools and a lot of these platforms aren't super engaging. And in a world where students are constantly on TikTok and Instagram, how do you expect them to engage with their learning if the websites and if the tools appear like this? So at Wakelet, we really want to make it, make the platform flexible, collaborative, easy to use, that helps educators deliver learning resources to students in a simple, visual, and engaging way, in a way that when a student lands on Wakelet to engage with learning materials or to curate something of their own, they're really stimulated by it because it looks really fresh and engaging. So this is what Wakelet looks like. On the right side of the screen here, you can see a public profile. So a teacher can curate resources and put it all into one place. And when their students visits their profile, this is what it looks like. So you can immediately see it's much more colorful and engaging. Wakelet allows for better collaboration between students. It's faster and easier information exchange, so it's super easy to share resources. It improves 21st century digital skills for your students. It enhances the sharing of resources across the district. So whether you're looking to share key resources with teachers, your colleagues, students in your school, parents in your community, or if it's administrators in your PLN, Wakelet allows it really easy to share resources. Of course, it improves student engagement and performance as well, and it enriches communication between teachers, students, and parents. And of course, I'm not sure if there are many educators here that are still operating in a remote environment. Wakelet makes it really easy to communicate with the people in your community and also share resources as well. It empowers digital citizenship and independent learning as well. So with Wakelet, not only with the functionality of the platform, but also with the community programs that we run, student leadership is something that's really, really important to us. And we think that Wakelet can have a powerful impact on students being able to discover key learning skills and digital skills as well. And Wakelet is pretty much applicable to every curriculum. So whatever the subject is, whatever you're teaching your students, Wakelet can slot in seamlessly and enhance the way you approach your curriculum. So Wakelet is easy to use and it's a simple solution based on collections. So what is Wakelet? Perhaps those of you who aren't familiar with the platform, in the most simplest way, Wakelet means curating a bunch of content, different types of content, and putting it all into one collection. With that collection, you can share it with whoever you like. So when I say a bunch of content, this includes links. So you can copy and paste links to any URL or any website and put it into a Wakelet collection. You can add your own content to the collection as well. So if this is infographics, text, notes, Flipgrid videos, YouTube videos, PDFs, files from Google Drive, files from OneDrive, whatever it is, whatever the kind of content you want to add to the collection, you can put it into a Wakelet collection. And you can have multiple types of content and media inside one collection. And then you're able to share it. So once you create your collection and once it's finished, like I said before, you can then really easily, just with 2 clicks, share it with your learning community. And another thing that's really important to us at Wakelet is collaboration. So not only are you able to create a collection on your own, you're also able to collaborate and work as a team to create something that's really special. So if this is students in the classroom collaborating with one another, perhaps on a research project, or if it's with your colleagues and as a team, you're creating a lesson plan or a newsletter, Wakelet's collaboration functionality makes it really, really easy to join as a team and to create something that you can share. Wakelet allows for a number of different areas and spaces within the product. So with spaces specifically, you can create a number of collections all in one place. You can curate a profile that you can share publicly and can serve as almost a microsite. And you can also import and upload private, secure accounts for your students. So if your school is a Google school, or if it's a Microsoft school, or if you use Clever perhaps as an LMS, you're able to import student accounts directly from that LMS onto Wakelet just with a few clicks. And then your students have private, secure accounts so they can get started in curating something of their own. So this is what a collection looks like. In fact, these are multiple collections. So you can just see on the screen here, a collection on marine biology, English literature, digital portfolios, newsletters, student leadership, whatever the topic is, you can create a collection on it. And in these collections, you can see different types of resources. So from YouTube videos to maps, images, Flipgrid videos, there's so many different types of content that you put it all into a Wakelet collection. And it looks really, really good. And then with that collection, you're able to share it with students in just 2 clicks. You can also invite your students to collaborate and create a collection as a class or in groups. And there's multiple use cases attached to this as well. So this isn't just for one thing. You can use Wakelet for, as I said, newsletters, group research projects, student portfolios. It's applicable to almost any use case. And it not only is applicable, but it also makes the use case look really, really good. There are multiple layouts that you can choose for your Wakelet collections, from media view, which is super linear, compact view, which means you can add loads of content and it's all accessible on one page, or a mood board layout, which is like a collage kind of layout, which is really visual and engaging. And you can embed media of any kind into a Wakelet collection. So whatever you want to share, you can put it into a Wakelet collection, and it looks rich, it looks colorful, and it looks really, really engaging as well. At Wakelet, we have partnered up with some really powerful edtech tools from around the world. I'm sure many of you will know Flipgrid, Clever, Moodle, Microsoft products like Microsoft 365, OneNote, and Teams, and then Google products as well, such as Google Drive and Google Classroom. So we work together with these partners so that we can combine and app smash the respective products in a way that's really, really powerful and in a way that transforms how teachers teach and students learn. Of course, there are so many tools available to educators these days. For portfolios, perhaps you use Seesaw or S'more for newsletters, Padlet for collaboration, HyperDocs for lesson plans, Google Drive for sharing resources, or Wix for teacher microsites. Wakelet does all of the above and more. So Wakelet houses all of these use cases, all of these functionalities, so you don't have to keep bouncing from different tools. Instead, you're able to really simply just share or use Wakelet for whatever the use case. Wakelet is accessible, so of course we consider all learners, and we want Wakelet to be accessible to all learners, It's also available across devices. So Wakelet mobile app is often a really powerful way for students to access materials on their handheld device. So if you want to curate something on your desktop, but your students are learning at home and you want them to access their learning resources, they can access the mobile app and get to their materials through there. And of course, Wakelet is safe and secure. So student privacy is something that's really, really powerful. And of course, educator privacy as well. So this is something that we have focused on, and we've signed all of the relevant agreements so that Wakelet is super safe and super secure to everybody that uses it. So we speak to educators. We love having conversations and learning from educators from around the world. And so this is just a few little points and notes that educators have said about Wakelet. So firstly, Wakelet is really easy to use. You don't have to be that tech savvy or sophisticated in using different tools to understand Wakelet. You can land on Wakelet and discover how to use it really, really quickly. So Wakelet is easy to use for teachers and students. You can throw a Wakelet together in 5 minutes and it looks spectacular. You can share lesson links, have students curate links for a project, and much, much more. Wakelet promotes a collaborative classroom culture. So like I mentioned before, we are really passionate about collaboration within the classroom. And as you can see here with Henry, he's created a Wakelet collection about rivers with his students. So he's got everybody involved, so everybody can have their say and express their learning and expertise. Wakelet seamlessly delivers multimedia content. So it's not just one thing or a couple of things. You can add a bunch of different types of content all into a Wakelet collection. So Jared says, since my school district blocked Padlet, I've been looking for new platforms to share with my teachers for student discussion boards. Wakelet can do everything. Its multimedia features really make for a fun and engaging discussion. And Wakelet is flexible and accessible. So it's user-friendly. Wakelet is free and unlimited. And you can access collections with just one simple shareable link. And it's available to, or you're able to collaborate, connect, and share content, information, ideas, and knowledge with educators and students internationally. So Wakelet really does it all. And also, as I keep saying, Wakelet is really beautiful and engaging. So it looks great. It's really visual, it's striking, and students that land on a Wakelet collection are hungry to explore the content because it reminds them of the other visual platforms that they use. And just to finish up, Wakelet is a complete, versatile learning environment that educators love teaching with and that students love learning with. That concludes the presentation. If anybody has any questions about Wakelet, I'm more than happy to share. I'm more than happy to answer. I'm also happy to share any relevant links to the community program and appropriate places to learn more and get started. But yeah, thank you all very much for having me. And yes, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask now.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Michael. That has been really great. Yes, now it's time for the Q&A. Participants can raise questions. You can write down in the chat box or ask directly. If you're watching it on YouTube live, you can write in the chat box.
Hi, Mike. Hello, Michael. Joseph here.
Hello, Joseph. How are you?
Hi. Hey, Michael, can you just brief about the ambassador program that you are running for students? So that will help teachers to explain and make that community active.
Of course. Yes, so Wakelet provides a student ambassador program, which essentially brings the 5 C's of education to students. Educators can enroll their students, and there's a number of different tasks and exercises that students can engage with and earn badges and certificates as a reward for completing the tasks. So I mentioned student leadership and student voice. That's what the Student Ambassador Program is built around. The badges can include digital citizenship exercises, creativity exercises, curation, and many, many more different types of exercises that students can engage with and get their badges. And with those badges are able to curate a virtual portfolio, which is really, really great for enhancing key digital skills that they'll be able to use as they get older as well. So it's a really engaging visual program that is entirely in the control of the educator. They upload their students and get them enrolled in the program, and then their students can get the certificates and badges as they go along. So it's a really powerful way for students to explore key digital citizenship skills and essentially become student leaders.
Great. Thank you, Michael. Dr. Meenakshi has been promoting digital integration in schools with teacher training. So, and she has also done several sessions on Wakelet and all. So, Dr. Meenakshi, how you feel about how teachers are integrating tools like Wakelet into the education, on how they are using it in India?
Yeah, even sir, I would like to say I have taken this session in the regional languages also, in Hindi and in Punjabi, so that even we can reach more people to make them aware about what are the different benefits of Wakelet. And here we are asking our students, number one, to submit their assignments on Wakelet. We are sharing the links with them, and they are submitting their assignments in different groups. We are creating different collections, and teachers are asking them to share their assignments over there. That's why they get to know how to collaborate, right? So I mean, they are doing like that. And another thing is, you see, in our curriculum, CBSE says from class 6 onwards, the students, they should have their student portfolio, and for that they have been given allotted grades and marks as well. In our school, we have started it from class 3 itself, so that the student should know how to go about it. And they are creating their digital portfolios on Wakelet. They are, I mean, whatever their recordings, pictures, their notes, their notebook, best work, the teacher's remarks, they are all uploading. They are creating their own digital portfolios. They are collaborating. We have already told, like above 13, they can create their own Wakelet. Below 13, they need to collaborate with the teacher. So this is how they are adding on. And even teachers, they are creating their digital CVs also, so that they can just with the one single click, their link will be able to share their resumes with employers. And this is how they are doing like that. And I mean to say, like, for example, we do a number of activities, environment activities, and other. We just share the link till children collaborate, and share it is very easy for them. You see, they are using their mobile phone, and easily they can upload their pictures. Most of them in my school, 90% of the students, they are using mobile phones, right? I mean, they are not having those laptops. They belong to that area, and all financial condition is also like that. We cannot force them, but Wakelet is amazing tool, like can be used on mobile devices also.
Great. Yeah, Michael, so what all change, like new things are coming up in Wakelet which will benefit the students and teaching community?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's certainly plenty of exciting times ahead with Wakelet. We are focusing primarily on student usage right now. So I mentioned the ability to import student accounts directly from Google Classroom, Microsoft, and Clever. That's something that we released quite recently. So now students can use Wakelet in a private and secure fashion. So educators don't have to worry, educators stay in full control of their students using Wakelet. Other things that are coming out soon with Wakelet are different layout options. So right now we have 4 layouts, but there is another one coming out that's essentially going to really enable collaboration and discussion boards. It's more of a column layout, similar to what Padlet offer right now. So we're looking to bring that out. So especially for a collaboration use case, that's layout something that I'm really looking forward to as well. In addition to that, it's primarily just different little tweaks and fixes just to make it a more seamless and smooth process. So when educators do use Wakelet, it's really, really easy. And when students use Wakelet as well, they can jump in and start curating something really visual straight away. So definitely keep an eye out on Wakelet in the next month or so, because we've got some really exciting things to announce soon.
Great.
Here, Joseph sir, I would like to add one thing. I mean, our students, they are taking benefit of immersive reader that is embedded over here in Wakelet, and that is amazing. I am just very fond of that immersive reader. And for the language teachers, it is really wonderful. They can get to know all, I mean, ask their students and it's reading for them. For inclusive classrooms, there that is line focus is available, backgrounds they can change, and I mean, all grammar options are there. Translation is there in different more than 60 languages. That is just awesome. This is how we are able to get inclusive classrooms. We can focus, and that we are talking about now personal tutors. I ask my teachers, like, if you are not able to reach to each and every student, at least through this immersive reader, you are guiding them, you are reading the questions for them, you are teaching them how to pronounce the vocabulary, the picture dictionary. The Pictionary is over there in Wakelet. That is also amazing.
Awesome, absolutely. You know, I'm also a very big fan of immersive reader. We work quite closely with Microsoft on the topic of an inclusive classroom as well. We want educators to be really confident in using Wakelet with their students. So immersive reader has definitely been really transformative for how educators use Wakelet. And of course, it makes it super accessible to every learner. So yeah, no, it's really great to hear that feedback. And yeah, immersive reader is something that will always be really important to us at Wakelet.
Fantastic. One point, in a country like India, where we have multiple languages and students need to learn in the regional languages, because the bottom of the pyramid, where the large mass of students are there, they need to use regional languages. So how easier it is for students and teachers who teach in regional languages to use Wakelet? So what I would ask this to both of you, like what features you are adding, and Dr. Meenakshi, your comments, because you have done that in Punjabi and regional languages.
Yes, actually we have created the Wakelet in Punjabi also. I mean, in that language, I mean, all the captions are in that Punjabi language. In Hindi also, I mean, they'll be able to use, and even they can translate. For example, right now I'm sitting in Punjab. Okay, from here, actually basically I belong to NCR Gurgaon, so I have come over here. When I'm meeting at the students over here, you see, they have been they need some guidance. They need to translate the concepts that are written in English, and I'm talking about villages. Okay, so Wakelet can be a wonderful tool to help them, to guide them. If any instructions are there, they can copy it and they can directly translate into their own language. And even if they are writing, like for example, just recently I applied for MIEE, right? And there was a form where it was written like you can type the answers in your local language and then translate into English and then submit. So this is how the children, they can also take a benefit from this tool. I mean, that they will slowly and gradually they'll learn. And even different kinds of word, when they are getting the picture meaning, Pictionary is there, so that is also benefiting them a lot in different languages. Recently when I took this session, in my session, the teachers, they were from different states of our country. They said, okay, now ma'am, change this into Telugu, change this into this language, and we tried, and I said, I cannot read, now you read it, like whether it has done properly or not. They said, ma'am, it is perfectly translated in those kind of languages.
Fantastic. Yeah, Mike. So what you are doing to make the content more accessible for the regional languages across India and across the world?
Yes, so right now Wakelet is available in Hindi. So we are looking at adding as many languages as possible. Of course, the bulk of the work in translations is something that is a realistic factor, and it taking quite a while to add more languages. But for right now, Wakelet's of course available in English, but also available in Hindi. So if that is the language of a particular region, of course it's accessible in that fashion. If there are other languages that people would like to be added to Wakelet, please get in touch with us. We'd be more than happy to work with you to make sure that language is added. But of course, it does, require quite a lot of time and translations. But yes, we're certainly open to adding more languages in the future.
Fantastic. Yeah, Danya, any questions from our teachers out here?
Yes. We have one question for Dr. Meenakshi from Parul Kalra. Ma'am, please tell a tool for sharing AI live games, because children enjoy live games.
Yeah, actually, you see, when we are talking about Sementris, that is also a live tool. When we are talking about showing how wonderful it is when the students, they will be creating their apps. As I talk about Teachable Machine, you assign, okay, in your class, I mean, your work is done. You assign in your class, like this group, they will be creating an app for sorting biodegradable, non-biodegradable substances. Another can metals and non-metals. Then you can talk about maybe different kinds of, you see, energy giving foods and bodybuilding foods, and this is how they can create different kinds of apps. And then one child is creating app, another child is testing whether that app is working or not. So this is how the children, that is actually talk about learning AI when they are coming up with their own apps. Like we do not want to spoon feed our students, like this is how it is done. But otherwise I have already told you there are plenty of apps, but we need sufficient time for that if we want to go in detail, in depth, and talk about different kinds of apps. And if you allow just, I mean, I don't know if the time permits, I can quickly just scroll for 2-3 minutes and I can just show you a few apps if the time permits, if sir allows.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
please, please.
So we were here. Let me just check it out. So you may use this poem generator tool. It will even help your students to develop poems. It can be acrostic poem or other poems, so however we pronounce, right? And that is amazing one. This is very good tool for teachers. Teachers, this is wonderful. I mean, if you want to create some kind of comprehension, your work is done. Please use this freely available tool. In that, you have to give any text that is over there. For children, if you're talking about, okay, give any text in Hindi, English, any kind of language you will be able to give. And then you have to select the keywords. Like if we give some kind of comprehension to our students, first we have to think, like, for example, I have given a comprehension about just Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. And I want to ask students, when was he born, and about some questions related to his living, okay, his deeds and all, his actions. So what I'll be doing, I'll select those, okay, work keywords, and it will create questions on its own for the students, right? And answers also would be there, because answer will be picked up from there. Please use this Quillion's tool. This is AI enabled tool for them. For you, talking about for the students, I mean, you want to involve them in those kind of games where they will be able to be engaged live. This Kialo is a discussion platform used in your class. Already created some debate topics are also there. You can create your own topics as well. Inkle Writer is a writing tool. Use this also. And let me check if you're talking about gamification. I mean, we use this emoji scavenger hunt. You may also try that emoji scavenger hunt to little children. They'll be able to recognize the objects. I mean, if you will play this game, it'll be asking, okay, showing some kind of emoji, and you have to bring that particular object in front of it. It'll be showing a bottle, then you children have to bring quickly. They run, move, and there is a lot of fun in playing this. This game is amazing for children. As you are asking, Parul ma'am, may I ask which age group you are talking about? Yep, Parul ma'am, if you can just share which age group you are talking about, the little children, the middle age group, or maybe the higher classes. So accordingly, these games are designed for them. Otherwise, you see, if you want to create, play with them, some worksheets kind of things, if you are familiar with wordwall.net, go for it, right? Number of freely available games are there. You can create your own games too. Another is learningapps.org. Right? And this is amazing. Live worksheet is amazing tool. There are plenty of tools that you can play with the students live, right? And here is a glimpse of what that I told you. I did it with this Wakelet in Punjabi.
Fantastic.
yeah, this I did, and everybody really liked it, and I got a good response from my region, right? So please do explore, and we are going to have a session on parlay ideas. If you want to involve your students in roundtable discussions, go for this parlay ideas as well, right? So please do explore. There are plenty of tools. I hope you must have, she has written, I guess, something in the chat. Classes up to 3. Yeah, ma'am, emoji scavenger hunt is really very good. You can play with them if as and when they grow. You can have involve them in certain kind of another roundtable discussion, debates, and all. Number of tools are available. Yeah, thank you, Joseph, sir.
Great, fantastic. Yeah, so yeah, Danya, so more questions. I think we have the best experts here with us, and teachers can really interact and understand these tools, which are really getting popular. And Wakelet is absolutely a big movement in education space. So teachers need to understand it and use it, integrate it, and see the passion Dr. Meenakshi is having when she's telling about how she's using such platforms. So we need every teachers to get empowered and use these platforms effectively. So teachers, please ask questions.
Yes, Mr. Biju PD has raised his hand. You may ask question now. Please. Mr. Biju PD, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, you are audible. Please.
Yeah, sorry. I was wondering how this AI is working in the education field for the new generation kids. Congratulations both the presenters. It was a wonderful session. My question is it applicable to the college level students also? Because I am working in a college.
Yes. Yes, sir. There are plenty of AI tools. Actually, I have been sharing those tools that students till 12th standard they are using. If you are talking about college level, it depends. I mean, which particular subject they are using. Like languages, they are. I mean, they are learning literature or maybe they are in sciences or maybe in another field. So they will be having those kind of specific tools. We have just sorted out the tools for K-12 classes, but there are plethora of tools that are available for the higher grades as well. And certainly and the upcoming time, actually somebody even approached me for the same, like to take session for higher class students. I said, okay, fine, I need to explore a lot, but right now our target is K-12, so that's why we are working on that aspect only.
Okay, thank you very much, Mama. I hope I can contact you and get some idea.
Certainly, sir. We all collaborate. We can share our ideas with each other.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Once again, congratulations to Pallikudam and all the resource persons.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Michael, you are doing a lot of stuff around higher education, right? So can you give an overview, because some of the participants are from higher education sector?
Of course. Yes, so with higher education, the collaborative projects that we've worked on with educators include the use cases of simply sharing materials and sharing resources with students. So if a student is conducting a research assignment or conducting or just generally engaging with a course, they're able to access all of the resources and all of the relevant materials all in one place. You're actually able to embed Wakelet collections into various LMS platforms. So if it's Moodle, for example, that's being used in a university, you're able to embed all of the key resources into that page for students to engage with. From a student usage point of view, we've worked quite closely with a number of different universities around the world, and the main value add that Wakelet provides to the students are around portfolios. And I think, you know, the concept of a virtual CV has been mentioned today as well. So any work that a student does, if it's assignments or if it's something that's a bit more visual like design or videography, photography, whatever it is, whatever the student is studying, they're able to track their progress, track all of the work that they do and put it inside a Wakelet collection. And then if there are multiple Wakelet collections, they can make each one public and then have it as their public profile. And then they're able to use their public profile as an equivalent to a portfolio or a CV. So then sharing that content and material with employers, or, you know, if they're going for an interview, they're able to either present it or share it with them in advance. It's a really fantastic way of showcasing their learning and showcasing their materials. So portfolio is probably the main one that we really encourage higher level educators to implement into their curriculum. And just to touch on one other topic and one other use case is collaborative group research exercises. So if it's a group research project where students are put into groups to analyze or look into and explore a particular subject, they're able to gather all of their findings and all of their resources and put it all into a collaborative collection. So people are able to work on it in real time as a team. And then not only are they able to curate and collate all of their content into one place, they're then able to present it, because Wakelet is actually a really powerful presentation tool as well. You can have a full screen view of the content that you put into a collection. And then, you know, it's a really great way of making group presentations as well. So, so for higher ed group work, yeah, Wakelet is definitely really powerful. There's so many different ways you can use it. You can be quite creative, but, you know, just to encourage 3 use cases would be sharing materials for educators, and then for students, it's portfolios and group research as well.
Great. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, sir, here I want to add one thing. I mean, dear teachers, you will be able to even create your own e-lesson plans on Wakelet. See, I have been creating, like, what all if I have to teach a particular topic to my students, I will be able to, you see, curate the content over there. I can write, I can add any kind of PDF. I mean, as sir has already explained, Mr. Michael has already explained, like, number of things can be added, your PDF, your video links, I mean, you can embed over there. Number of things can be done at a single place. I mean, those collections for, I mean, we have been doing working during our summer holidays always. I mean, I want to just tell you, like, we always get ready for our next term during our summer break. So you can curate your content, you can create your various kind of lesson plans so that you can refer to that content later on. I mean, it's a wonderful tool. I have been doing it and it is really very beneficial. I mean, and even if you want to transfer the content from your laptop to your mobile phone, you just put it over there and access it on your mobile, and vice versa. And again, it's amazing. And this is how, what not you think, and you will get solution from your Wakelet.
Beautiful. That's great endorsement, Michael.
No, yeah, absolutely. Lesson plans for all levels of education have certainly been really powerful. So whatever age group your students are, lesson plans are certainly really impactful, especially for times you know, of preparation, and of course with the new school year starting now or due to start very soon. You can put all of your lessons into Wakelet collections for the purpose of planning, but also for the purpose of execution as well, because it's so visual and engaging. Sharing that lesson plan with students in the classroom, you know, it's definitely a really engaging way, and you can add so many different types of content. Just to tell you a quick story of how an Indian educator was using Wakelet during times of remote teaching. Their students, of course, were dispersed in their family homes and weren't able to go to the school. The lesson plans that the educator created always begun with a Flipgrid video of the educator saying a good morning, hope everyone's doing okay, whatever little activities and exercises, giving a quick introduction to the lesson. And then from there, the content underneath included text and images and links, etc. But I think the thing that really touched me about that was that the educator was able to share a personal touch, a personal note, and a student being able to see their educator's face, while learning from home. It's definitely that's something that means a lot to us at Wakelet. So you can be creative with Wakelet for lesson plans and for anything. There really is whatever you want to create, you can create it on Wakelet. So, but lesson plans absolutely are a fantastic way to start as well.
Absolutely. And I see a scenario where the syllabi can be put on Wakelet, and entire syllabus can be linked to the content, and it makes real digital curriculum evolving, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, Danya?
Yes, teachers, do you have more questions? Please use this chance. We have two wonderful experts.
They can always write to Palikutam, and we can share it with the experts, Dr. Meenakshi and Michael, so that we can provide the details. And here, this is going to be an exciting period of COVID is really a scenario where teachers have been out and students have been out, but these tools have been discovered and these tools are effectively used. And it's good that teachers are also very keen to understand these tools and use it for the teaching.
Yeah. So we are about to conclude the event. Yeah, we have a question from Miss Renu Sharma. How mathematics can be taught?
See, I replied Halaril also. There are wonderful apps like my Microsoft Microsoft Math Solver. That is amazing tool that can be used. And another one app you can download in your mobile phone is Photomath. Photomath can be downloaded, and with that, if you'll be scanning any of the equation, any of the question, and you will be able to get the answer. And even Google Lens also works for the same. But Math Solver will be able to give you step by step solution to a particular question, right? That please do, you can download in your mobile, you can use it on your that is amazing. Math Solver, if you type even one equation, by typing one equation or any one question, you will be able to get number of freely available worksheets also related to that. Just download it and you use it. For that is a very good tool for math teachers. Please do go for it. Easily, quickly you will be able to select the questions from there, and you can create your math forms, quizzes and all. Microsoft Math Solver. Please do explore that.
Thank you, Dr. Meenakshi. And we have another question from Geeta M. Is there any tool for accountancy?
See, as such, I have not explored for accountancy. If we're talking about maths tool, if you can try for that, some accounts, calculations and all, what are kind of things are there, you can explore, but till date, I have not explored.
Okay, thank you, doctor. Now Miss Nadira has raised her hand. Yes, please, you can ask question now.
Hi, ma'am. I'd like to know, because these days CBSE has changed the question pattern. In MCQ, we have to incorporate certain graphs and maps. How do we do that?
Ma'am, for mathematics, if you are talking about graphs, can be generated from Microsoft Math Solver. You write any one question and a relevant graph will be created, right, for mathematics. If you are talking about another subject you are talking about, and for that go for infographics. I know there are in languages also we give such kind of questions where some infographics are given, and based on that the students, they have to give the answers. Go and explore Canva. That is freely available tool, free for education, right? And there number of infographics are available, so you will be able to use that.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, any more questions? You can raise your hand or you can write in the chat box.
And even if you want to share some tool, please you go ahead. This platform is all about sharing. Here is not like that ki I know so much. You are also experts in your respective field. You can also share that. Like for example, just recently I came through some of the tools because I thought, I mean, teachers should also get something. There are a number of tools that will help their work, I mean, correction work very easy for the teachers. I came across one Teach Easy app was there, and we used to correct in OneNote, Microsoft OneNote, that is there. Kami is another wonderful add-on that can be used in Google Classroom too, and otherwise also it can be used for correction. And amazing tools are there. Teachers, please do, I mean, share. I want sharing is caring. And whatever we are learning should share with others. Otherwise, if we'll be confining our learning with ourselves only, that won't be of any use. So let us share with others, let everybody, then only we'll be able to achieve SDG 4 quality education.
Exactly.
Yes, Danya, I think we can conclude it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So we are about to conclude the session. Always you can write to editor@rajagirimedia.com. If you have more questions after the program, we will connect you to the experts. I have written the email ID in the chat box, editor@rajagirimedia.com. Okay. Well, once again, I thank Dr. Meenakshi Narula and Mr. Michael Francis Devin for offering lots of insights. It has been really amazing. It went really well. And yeah, and I also thank our dear participants for staying with us this evening. And we look forward to receiving your feedback. Please write to editor@rajagirimedia.com. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Mr. Joseph Tribal. Have a nice evening.
Thank you all.
Thank you.